From tribal initiation rituals to mafia oaths and street gang hazing, groups have always used psychology to bind loyalty. These aren't just crimes or traditions. They're rites engineered to turn outsiders into insiders. When we talk about gangs, we don't just mean groups of criminals. We mean organized communities built on loyalty, ritual, and shared identity. The violence matters, yes, but the deeper power lies in the psychology. What keeps people from walking away isn't the gun. It's the mind. The psychology of gangs has roots older than cities. In ancient tribes, young men were tested through rites of passage, fasting, pain endurance, or even battle. These trials weren't random cruelty. They were designed to prove courage and commitment, ensuring only the strong and loyal carried weapons for the group. In medieval societies, knightly orders swore oaths of loyalty and secrecy. In Japan, samurai and later the Yakuza reinforced identity with codes of honor, punishments, and ritualized obedience. The mafia in Sicily and America evolved their own code, omerta, the vow of silence. Break it, and you weren't just betraying an organization, you were betraying a family. Rituals like shared meals, blood oaths, and symbolic gestures built bonds that felt unbreakable. Fast forward to modern cities, street gangs echo the same psychology. Colors, tattoos, initiation rites, and loyalty codes. Where tribes once demanded proof on the battlefield, gangs often demand initiation crimes or killings, a killing modern twist on an ancient mechanism. The psychology hasn't changed. Only the morality has. So why does this work? Because human psychology is built for groups. And gangs weaponize those same levers. Rites of passage. Anthropologist Victor Turner showed how rituals of suffering mark transformation. Pain or risk isn't just endured, it's reinterpreted as proof of belonging. In gangs, hazing rituals or initiation beatings strip away the old identity and forge a new one. Social identity theory. Us versus them is one of the strongest forces in human behavior. The gang becomes the in-group, outsiders the enemy. Boundaries are marked in territory, colors, and slang. Once identity is tied to the group, leaving feels like erasing yourself. Commitment and consistency, Cialdini. The more someone sacrifices blood, pain, freedom, the harder it is to quit. Psychologists call it the sunk cost fallacy. Gang members call it loyalty, fear and coercion. Violence isn't just punishment for betrayal. It's theater. Public beatings and killings aren't only for the victim, they're for everyone watching, reinforcing the cost of dissent. Groupthink. In a tight gang, questioning leadership is dangerous. Silence looks like agreement. So even those with doubts conform, until obedience feels like consensus. Symbols and ritual. Tattoos, hand signs, and secret codes act as anchors. They're constant reminders of identity and signals to others that loyalty is proven. Here's the twist. Not all of these levers are inherently evil. The same psychology appears in militaries, fraternities, and sports teams. Shared suffering builds resilience. Symbols and rituals build pride. Loyalty creates trust. But in gangs, the levers are twisted, not for growth, but for control. Have you ever seen a group, even outside gangs, use pain or ritual to build loyalty? Share it below. Kahneman's dual process model explains a lot. System 1, fast emotional thinking, processes pain and fear instantly. System 2, slow, rational reasoning, gets sidelined. Under stress, people don't weigh options. They follow the group. Add in Cialdini's principles: commitment, consistency, social proof, and the loop closes. The more someone sacrifices, the harder it is to leave. The more others conform, the harder it is to dissent. And there's the cultural layer. Stories of past members who proved themselves create a myth. Just as militaries uphold tales of battlefield courage, gangs retell stories of brutal initiations or fearless standoffs. Each story sets a bar. If they did it, you must too. That's how psychology turns into tradition. The psychology that traps people in gangs is powerful because it builds on instincts we all share. But once we see how those levers work, the defenses become clearer. Take rites of passage. Suffering seals loyalty because it feels transformative. That's why healthy groups use challenge instead of cruelty, military trials, sports training, even academic hurdles. When pain is presented as proof of belonging, that's the red flag. Or social identity. Gangs lock loyalty into colors, codes, and territory. Defense lies in widening identity, family, community, meaningful work. The broader the anchors, the harder it is for one group to claim all of someone's loyalty. Commitment and sunk cost are just as dangerous. Every sacrifice, blood, time, risk, makes walking away feel harder. But psychology shows the trap. Past pain doesn't make a bad choice valuable, it just makes it harder to admit. Reframing sacrifice as a sunk cost breaks the cycle. And then there's fear and groupthink. Violence keeps people silent, and silence looks like consent. The defense here is recognizing fear as the weapon. Even a single question or one act of resistance punctures the illusion that everyone agrees. Doubt isn't weakness, it's the first step out. Each of these defenses works because they cut through the mechanism itself. They don't deny the power of rights, loyalty, or fear. They reframe them, turning manipulation back into awareness. The dark psychology of gangs isn't random violence. It's structured, ritualized manipulation. What begins as a beating, a tattoo, or an oath becomes something stronger than chains, loyalty engraved in the mind. This was Deceive and Believe. If you want more dark psychology exposed, hit like, subscribe, and stay sharp, because manipulation never sleeps.